we're on air to do this.
What, to give me shit?
No, just to, I'm wasting gold right here.
Your gold is just talking shit to me.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
It's been 6 years. Do you even know who we are?
Well, I posted last week. I posted a solo episode last week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Just like rambling. I'm sure people were like, what the fuck is this?
They were probably like, where's Ethan? Where's Ethan?
You think so?
No.
You think they're showing up with as much enthusiasm that you show up with every day?
Hopefully more.
Yeah, hopefully more. Well, we didn't even talk about what we were going to talk about once again.
No, but this is nice. We're doing an episode in the evenings, kids free.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Right. So this is the 2 weeks between like summer and fall for kids' school that we don't have childcare. Kind of.
Yeah.
So the kids have been home all day while we're trying to work, which even though we have someone here to watch them, they still just want to be where we are. So
yeah. Daddy. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm on a call.
Right.
My video's on and they're just standing next to me.
I know you have had your video on so much lately. I walked in there today I was like filming an ad where I had to be in like this orange bathing suit. And I like walked right in and I was like, oh, you're filming.
You know, the fans want to see my face.
The fans, your work?
No, I'm sure they don't. I feel like I should turn the camera on, and a lot of people do, and then like 5 minutes in, people just start turning it off. Yeah. And then it's just me, and then I'm like, okay, I guess I'll turn my camera off.
Or I'm like, ooh, my connection's real slow. I'm going to turn my camera off.
Right. That's just part of biz.
How is biz?
It's good. It's good. It's always hard getting back from vacation and getting in the swing of things. You know, as we've talked about, when we go on vacation, it's nice to just, well, you don't get to anymore actually. But now,
no, I worked way too hard this vacation.
But when you'd go on vacation, it's like, hey guys, I'm unplugging. That's
right.
The whole point of vacation. I've earned my PTO.
Yep.
I'm not going to be on checking emails. I'm not going to be on calls. I always reach out to my team being like, if you need to, you can text me. I'm happy to talk to you. Like that's an okay thing. But like just every morning sitting on my phone, thinking about work and going through emails
and your schedule
defeats the whole purpose of vacation.
Yes, it does.
You know, but I feel like every time I've gone on vacation recently, like a couple things have came to me and me only in my email. And then I get back and I'm like, oh shit. Hey guys, I got an email.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like from a client?
Not yes and no, but they're kind of time sensitive things or people are waiting to hear from.
Do you not put in your response like for so-and-so project email?
No, I just put them out of town. Peace out, motherfuckers.
You don't put, you know how everyone always puts like for the interceptor, email Ryan for.
Yeah, no, I don't, but I tell everyone weeks in advance over and over.
Well, apparently you didn't tell someone.
On the phone, in emails like, hey, FYI,
yeah.
I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be on PTO. You have any questions, you can reach out to these multiple people. You know, those two situations have been unique circumstances where I don't think it would have mattered if my out of office gave them others. I think it's just like, hey, we're firing off this email, and they move on to the next thing because it's
and then it just sits in your inbox for a week.
Yep.
Was it like detrimental?
Nope.
Oh,
all good.
Great.
Guess what?
What?
The world is still spinning.
What a reminder.
Right.
Yeah, I've been just really trying to remember that lately. Like the world is spinning, nothing is an emergency. You know, like I just ramp up. I feel like we both ramp up so easily.
Oh yeah. Well, it's easy with work and being busy and kids and stuff. And
I know, but it's Saturday or Sunday morning, and I feel like we both just ramp up and start buzzing, and I just carry that anxiety with me through the weekend with my kids, which is what I shouldn't be.
Welcome to parenthood.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, that's going to be my punchline for this episode.
Welcome to parenthood.
Yeah.
Well, do we have anything exciting to talk about? Is that it? Well, see you next week.
Yeah. Good show. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, where do we even start our recap?
So
Jellystone.
Do
no,
people?
just
No. I don't. Are recaps boring? You think?
What does the audience say?
I don't know. That's a good question.
No, I think it's exciting. I mean, we're not on this show to be Dr. Phil and solve your problems. We're just here to, let people mindlessly zone out on their drive and be like, yeah, I relate. I thought I was the only person in the morning that had to deal with this.
Oh my God. Like this morning when my 5-year-old, did they text you? Is softball canceled? Is it canceled?
Already blew over by the field. Should be good to go.
Oh, fuck me. Seriously?
The good thing is I have guys like half a mile away at the bar.
Who are already waiting?
They're already having beers and waiting. So they got the skinny. They're like the news reporters there.
Ethan has softball tonight. And we just poorly planned because my parents, rightfully so, travel a good bit. Not to like different places, but they just, like my grandparents' house in California, my mom's out there a lot. And then my dad has like a cabin that he grew up going to in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. That's like no electricity, no indoor plumbing, but they go there during the summer.
Yeah,
for like
probably total of 5 weeks.
Yeah, a month, like 2 weeks here.
Easily a month.
I think it's like 3 2-week vacations, which they should. They're retired. They deserve it. But then we don't get to see them a lot when they're, at least during the summer, they aren't home a lot.
Yeah, it's like a week here, gone for 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, so my mom's home for 4 or 5 days. So I want to spend time with her, but I'm also like, hey, can you take the kids?
Can you help us out?
Yeah, just so Ethan and I can do a podcast since we don't have childcare this week.
There's a reason we moved 5 miles from you.
Yeah, seriously. And I just poorly planned doing that tonight. I just forgot that you have softball.
That's all right. We're going to make it worth quality over quantity.
Can't relate.
Right.
Yeah.
What? What? Well, let's see what the problem is, or not the problem. The solution is we can't have a bunch of likes,
right? Because then that cuts down a good 20 minutes of our hour podcast time.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have a lot of time, so let's do a recap
of California.
Yeah. We'll do that, and then let's do like
questions.
Yeah, I could dig up questions on my phone. I need to do another question box.
We work better when we just organically flow. It's kind of my rap style. So let's go back to Cali.
What are you talking about? Okay.
Well, I'm a different person when it's not the middle of the day. I can be free and loose.
Do you have a scotch or you have a beer?
Just got a beer. I got to perform, tonight at softball.
What about? Okay, I was gonna make a sexual joke, but
that's all right. That's what she said.
Well, no, I got to perform. That would have been you probably.
Oh,
if we're talking about performers.
That's right.
Anyways.
So California, every trip we've gone on, I'm sure as everyone has heard on this podcast, my throat has been so like scratchy today.
Uh-oh.
Not in a bad way. I got 2 dogs. So every trip we take, and we've talked about it on this podcast, we say this is going to be the trip.
This is our year.
This is our year.
Yeah.
Where they're going to get along. They're going to have fun. We're going to be able to actually relax.
I'm not even relax. Like, I'm not setting my expectations. Like, I'm going to be lounging on the beach reading a Kindle. But, like, sit down. Let's not even say relax. Let's say sit down.
Let's define relax. Sit down for 20 minutes.
As a parent.
20
minutes is huge.
That's relaxing. 20 minutes where you can sit down and have
You're
a
right.
conversation with your kids in the vicinity, knowing that you don't have to bird dog them, right? Right?
Is that all we say?
Probably.
Is that what I'm saying a lot? Sorry. We haven't done this together in 2 weeks.
Right. That's our expectation going into every trip. And sadly, we've had to start like tamping down that expectation, because if you go into it with low expectations and it's an okay trip, you're like, that was a great trip.
Yes. If anyone were to ever ask me parenting advice, which I don't think anyone is right now, I would say lower your fucking expectations in all aspects, with traveling, with daily life, with sleep.
How clean your house is.
Yeah. Cleanliness. Yeah. How fast you do your laundry. How much happier are you when you lower your expectations?
Way happier.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Wait, can I ask you a side question first?
Yeah.
Can I do that? Yeah. Can I?
Yeah.
One of the biggest struggles with parenthood that I was not expecting, and because I didn't know that was going to happen, is when we have plans set for the day and then something happens with the kids and our plans have to change. Does that drive you crazy too? Because has that been like a struggle you've had to overcome?
Yes, because we are type A people that run our lives by a schedule, and when our schedule gets thrown off course, you don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, like my brain malfunctions. Like when we have something that we're all getting ready to do, and maybe not as much now that they're getting bigger because it's a little easier to go with the flow.
Yeah.
But when they were littler and something would come up, or we were all getting excited to go to this place, but then I don't know, sleep nap schedules with bottles. Like I feel like my brain would short circuit.
Yeah, and then exactly agreed. But we're on the cusp of that.
On the cusp of it, or have we just been working to lower our expectations for 5 years?
Both. I think
yeah.
it's both. There's certain days where we have very high expectations, and that's when we're both really humming in the morning. And any little thing that sets us off, it's like an avalanche. I find a bowl after I unloaded the dishwasher next to the dishwasher, and I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? And then we just spiral.
Yeah, and then I think our negative energy feeds off of each other.
And then to the kids.
Yeah, because then I'm like, why are you so stressed? It's Sunday morning. I don't want to be stressed. And then I'm stressed because you're stressed. And then you say, hey, you're not allowed to spiral just because I'm spiraling. I'm allowed to have my time to spiral. And then I say, no, that's not fair. I feed off of your energy. Right?
Yep.
And then the kids are upset. And it's just like.
Typical morning.
Yeah, we just need to. We just need to lower expectations all around.
I agree. But the statement of, hey, can you go put on your shoes shouldn't be a 30-minute argument followed by crying, yelling, trying on 13 different pairs of shoes.
Well, that's our problem, is that we are very blessed to have family who has bought us a lot of shoes. We need to declutter and have 2 pairs.
That's a good point.
Max. They are having choice overload.
Yeah.
You know? It's like too many choices for them. No, I agree.
That's one thing we're working on, is trying to just let it go. Not get so stressed about the schedule being thrown off course.
Right. Low expectations. Know your schedule will change and nothing ever goes to plan.
Exactly.
Plan, but just know you're never going to follow it.
Yep.
So you can lay it out, make yourself feel better.
The good thing is everyone besides us doesn't give a shit about our plan and whether we're meeting our plan or not, whether we're on somewhere on time or meet a commitment or that's the hard part, right? No one really cares besides us. Like, okay, well, we all have the same problems. That sucks. Your morning was hard. And
you mean like no one has sympathy?
I think people do have sympathy, but at the end of the day, it's like, hey, I still need
this report.
Yeah, or just in life, like, well, we still have to get to gymnastics on Saturday.
Yeah, but do we? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's a good point.
Do we? Like,
in my mind, it's like, yes, and we have to be there on time.
Yeah, like this weekend we were running. She was probably going to walk in there 2 minutes late, which they stretch for like 15 minutes in the 5-year-old class. It's dumb.
Ridiculous. A 15-minute stretch session.
Hang on. Whatever. We're not gymnastics.
True.
Coaches. What was I saying? Oh, I don't know. We were like
2 minutes late.
2 minutes late and you were freaking out. Usually I'm the one freaking out. Sorry, this keeps lowering. And I had to be like, hey, it's okay. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
Well, I had a plan to leave like 9:30 and it's a 5-minute drive and it was 9:31 and we were getting off schedule. I think what is traumatizing is we know that 1 minute could easily slip into 15 minutes. And that's the other thing, right?
Yeah, you're exactly
right. You're
right.
getting ready for something to get out the door or do something and you have 30 minutes, an hour. I don't care what you have. All of a sudden, you have 5 minutes.
Right.
And you're rushing and no one's ready. And you're like, how an hour ago did we have all the time in the world? And now we're scrambling to get going.
It's because no matter what, the last 5 minutes of getting them ready takes 30 minutes. It's like the last 10-minute push.
Yeah.
Where everything explodes and takes double the amount of time. I remember when I used to work at our engineering firm and moms would come in before I had kids and they'd be showing up at like 9:30 and they'd be like, and they'd say, oh, sorry, rough drop off with the kids. And I'd be like, okay, yeah, no, I totally get it. But in my head, I'd be like, are you dumb? Like,
that's really mean.
Well, I'd be like, how hard is it? Wake up early, get dressed, get your kids dressed and leave. Give yourself 15 minutes more time. Like, it's not rocket science to get there on time.
You don't know what you don't know. Yeah.
And then I had kids and I would just like to apologize because I had no idea and we never get anywhere on time. So that was a good lesson for me to learn.
Exactly. Well, guess what? Maybe you should leave 15 minutes earlier.
Then my kids would have a 30-minute breakdown,
That's true. Well, going back to Cali, I still go into every trip with high expectations. I feel like I just can't, or medium. Like, hey, this is going to be a fun trip. It's going to be hard, but it's still going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy it. I just can't break my mind not to think that, because it's such a time commitment, effort commitment, money commitment.
Right.
That if I were to just set my mind aside before being like, this trip's going to suck, I would think, why are we even doing it? So I have to go into it with at least some hope, and usually I'm overly optimistic, so I'm like, this is gonna be great,
right? And that's a good point. How do you balance low expectations with also being hopeless and depressed?
I don't know, I'm not a therapist.
Right
Isn't
that a good question?
That is a good question. It was a great trip.
It was a great trip.
Let's just cut to the end. Okay. It was a great trip.
It was. I think I was looking back through photos from, I think it was two trips ago when we were in California, and our little one was 18 months ish.
Rockabye baby.
No, that was the first time we took her, and that was when she was a baby, and then it was like okay, because I think we were kind of still in like the baby.
Both kids were napping phase.
Yeah, and like I would just nurse her, and like I just slept in the room with her a lot. And she would just nap. I mean, in hindsight, we probably should have been more flexible.
You were nursing at 18 months?
No, this was the first trip.
Oh.
When she was like 4 months old.
Yes.
And I wish looking back, I could have been more flexible to like let her nap on the beach on me, like nurse and fall asleep on the beach. But whatever, we just went back to the house. But the second time we took her, when we had a 3-year-old and an 18-month-old-ish, that trip was hell on earth. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was awful.
We were all crammed into a little bedroom, basically all sharing one bed and with a crib, but the baby didn't want to sleep in the crib because she's a toddler, 18 months, so she'd want to be in the bed with you.
It was hot.
The bed was it was like a bunk bed, but it was so uncomfortable, but our 3-year-old like didn't want to sleep on the top because she was scared. So we were all crammed in, and then we were in that phase where our kid would wake up at 5 a.m. every morning.
Yep.
You remember that? The baby was up 5 a.m., which is like 6 a.m. Colorado time.
So everyone's up.
Yeah, well, I would always take her out to the living room and like turn on Miss Rachel and try to like, I couldn't fall asleep because it's a strange house, but have some coffee, kind of veg out. And then around 6 a.m. you'd wake up and I'd go take a nap. But
yeah,
I was just so angry that trip. Like, just so angry that everyone else was just enjoying vacation. And I felt like we were just parenting, but it was worse than at home.
Well, one thing we've really tried to hammer to ourselves on vacation is it's not other people's responsibility to help us with our kids, because we think, hey, we're going on a vacation with family. They're going to help out a ton. They'll take them in the mornings. We'll get to sleep in. We'll get to go on dates. We'll get to do all this. We'll get some freedom. And the reality is, it's, at least for us, no, that's not the case. I mean, they're on their vacation. They're doing their own thing. And so it's us just stranded with our kids in a random location, which is a beautiful location. There's a lot of positives to it, but you're out of your structure. You're out of your comfort zone, especially the kids. So
nothing's baby proof.
Nothing's baby proof. So it's worse. And then and then you're not really getting much support.
Yeah. Well, I think that has been a big lesson for us in parenthood in general, is to not, we have this conversation all the time, is don't expect anything from anyone.
Yep.
Ever. Like, no one owes us anything. The only people that we can rely on are you and me.
Yeah.
And that sounds really like depressing and scary, but I think it's been really freeing in a way, because we're not like, oh, why hasn't so-and-so come to visit us? Or why hasn't X, Y, and Z put in time to be with our kids?
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't they want to have a relationship with our kids and want to meet them? Like, that's so weird. That's hurtful. I don't understand. And then we kind of decided that didn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
And we were just going to let it go.
It's
and
our vacation.
Not care.
We're going to do what we want to do.
But I mean, in real life too.
Yeah, that's true.
And like, I feel like it's, again, lowering your expectations, right?
Lowering your expectations.
Yeah. Like, if someone doesn't want to come hang out with me and my kids, that's their problem. That's not my problem.
Yeah. You're like, okay, well, your loss.
It's their loss. So like, I don't feel sad about it anymore. Kind of.
Well, anyways,
theoretically.
This trip was good. I mean, it was the first trip both of our kids enjoyed playing on the beach, playing in the water, playing with friends and cousins, swimming, being able to, big enough that you don't have to fight the nap and you can go do things. And, it's like, yeah, let's go get ice cream at night. It was really freeing, and there was obviously issues. It wasn't perfect, but
no, our both of them had some major breakdowns. So our 5-year-old found like half a crab claw Like it's this nasty, just the claw.
Tiny, size of a quarter.
Yeah, from like a recently deceased crab. I don't know where she found it. Oh, I got to put my earring back in. And
I think it was Sebastian.
Oh, that's sad.
Go on.
Anyways, I just the crabby hands just freak me out so much. Like crabs, I'm so afraid of crabs. I don't know why. Lobsters, like anything underwater with the little pinchers. And she found it and she's like obsessed with it. Like it's like her little baby. And she was really careful with it the first night. And then for some reason, she just set it down and we lost it by morning time.
Well, they're so bad at keeping track of their precious things.
Yeah, like a tiny rock.
A stuffed animal. It doesn't matter what it is. Something will be so precious to them. And they'll lose it and freak out. And you're like, what's wrong? I lost my stuffy. You look 5 feet away. You're like, that stuffy right there on the couch. And all of a sudden, like, oh, yeah, thanks, Dad.
Right.
And it's like, it literally goes from a full meltdown to, oh, thanks.
Yeah.
And it's like, keep track of your stuff.
Well, not even that. When they actually lose it, and they're like, this is the most special thing to me in the whole entire world. And it's like, I don't know how many times a week I tell them, I am not responsible for this.
Yeah.
If you want to take this with us to the store or whatever, that's great. I am not responsible. That is if we lose it, that's not my problem.
Yep. So
Sorry.
she kept giving me the crab claw and I'm carrying it around all day and I keep feeling it in my pocket. And then I'll be like, well, I don't want this in my pocket. So I'd put it on a table and then be like, oh, I don't want to lose this. So I'd put it over there. And then I was like, I'm going to lose it. So it ultimately ended up in my pocket. But the next morning,
we didn't know.
We didn't know at the time, but the next morning it was gone. And
it wasn't in your pocket. It wasn't on the patio. We looked everywhere. So we kind of just told her like, hey, we think a bird maybe came and took it. And that's probably the biggest breakdown I've seen her have in months. Because our 5-year-old is like relatively stable. I say that as she called me the meanest mommy in the world this morning.
Yep.
But she's relatively
You can talk to her,
rational.
walk her off the edge.
Yeah. Except this morning she was tired. She was pissed at me for nothing. I didn't do anything. But anyway, it was like an hour, maybe like 30 minutes of screaming.
It was a long breakdown.
Yeah. And if you've ever been on Balboa, they have like sound noise ordinances, like sound carries there so quickly. Like you can hear someone 3 blocks away if they're yelling. So I'm sure everyone around us was like, who is this child screaming her head off at 7 a.m. in the morning?
Yep.
But she finally kind of forgot about it, went about the day. And then we were just like, okay, maybe this is over. The tantrum has passed. And then that night I got into bed at like 11 o'clock. Ethan was still out hanging with my family. And I fell asleep and then I woke up because something was pinching my leg.
Somehow it still had the mechanical power to pinch.
I was like, what is poking my leg? What could be hard? I was like, did I leave like a lip gloss in here, like out of my pocket? And then I reach down and it's dark and I pull it up and I still can't see what it is. So I have to like get my phone. I turn the phone on, the light right in front of it. And it's like this crab claw right in my face,
in your grill,
in my bed. Ugh. I was like, ugh, so gross. I slept with that thing for like 3 hours.
I'm just amazed how it stayed in the bed because I make the bed every morning and I do a fairly good job making the bed. I'd say I do a really good job making the bed. I straighten out the fitted sheet.
I know I put
the pillows where they are and I get everything up
in a very special way.
I make it look very nice. And it's like, how'd I miss a crab claw?
It was little,
That's true.
It probably was under the pillow and then it snuck its way out in the middle of the day.
And so I woke up the next morning. We woke up, whatever. I don't know who was up first. Make the bed, and it's on the nightstand. I was like, oh my God, I found the crab claw. I'm going to be a hero.
You thought you found it? Yeah, no, it was just haunting us. That's still in her candy box.
Is it?
Yeah. The other day, or yesterday, she's like, Mommy, where's my crab claw? And I said, I don't know. Where'd you put it? She's like, it's in my candy box that I got. Like, that's so freaking gross.
It's got snacks in there to keep it alive.
Oh, it's so gross. Just this dead claw.
It still moves. It still has the hinge on it to the arm or whatever you call it for crustaceans.
Terrible, yeah.
Anywho,
but no, it was a great trip, and I think I don't know, the kids slept in. Like they slept in till 7 or 8 every day
because they were up until 10 o'clock.
Well, that's another thing. It's like we didn't nap, maybe little naps twice, but not.
Yeah, just
usually we were just on the go, or we'd come back for lunch and do like a little couple episodes of Bluey and then head back out.
Yep.
But our kids would fall asleep within seconds when they got in bed at night.
Or even before bed.
Yeah, but our 3-year-old never does that.
No,
Even when
never.
she's up at home till 10 p.m., it'll still take her 20 minutes to fall asleep. But there she would just crawl into bed, and 30 seconds later she'd be sleeping.
And they slept in the bed downstairs really well.
Right, which was terrible for my intrusive thoughts the first couple nights.
I slept in there the first 3 nights.
I know, because I was like, there's a sliding glass door next, like right there. If there's a fire, I'm not going to be able to get from upstairs to downstairs quick enough. Like, we're in a new house. That was really scary.
I agree. That's why I slept downstairs.
Yeah, it's like a twin...
Trundle bed.
Yeah.
Not a lot of room.
No, and each girl was on one of the twins. And
Not
I don't
made
know.
for a 200-pound man.
You had enough alcohol that I think it didn't matter.
Yeah, until I woke up at like 3 a.m. and I was like, my neck hurts so bad. I'm so uncomfortable. So
You're a good daddy.
So then I would come upstairs, which was nice, but that bed up there wasn't.
It wasn't much better.
Anything to rant and rave about.
No, I'm so happy to be back in our own bed.
Agreed.
So yeah, I think it was really great. I'm really looking forward to next year. You know, they're just getting bigger and easier. It's just so freeing to be like, oh, it's 9:30. Yeah, we can do the 15-minute walk to ice cream. Who cares? Sorry.
Yeah. Well, and they were able to go out on the paddle boards, not deep.
No, but
and
my
play
cousins,
in the ocean with the other kids, your cousins right
yeah,
there. They had their life
their
vest
cousins
on.
are 16 and 18. If they want to go on the paddle board with their life vests where I can see them, like, that's fine.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful. And the cousins wanted to play with them.
Yeah, they would take them out, and we'd get sometimes an hour break, and we'd be like, wow, this is weird.
This is weird.
I
Yeah.
didn't know what to do. Everyone else is reading, relaxing, and I was like, I can't read and relax because...
Well, we still have to watch them in the water.
Yeah, but I also have this PTSD. As soon as I fully relax, shit's going to hit the fan, right? They're going to know that daddy's
Totally.
relaxing.
And the 5-year-old could stay there probably all day long, but the 3-year-old was still like wanted to go home after a few hours.
It was hard on her to be there for 5 hours.
Yeah, but it's still so we would take her back early, but it was still way better.
Or
so
she napped on me one day.
Oh my God, twice. At the beach.
That's right, yeah.
She took a nap with us on the beach. So if you are in that phase of like a 2-year-old or 1-year-old who's eating sand or a 2-year-old who doesn't want to get in the water, there is a peaceful, better trip around the corner.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think we're going to try to go back to California maybe this fall.
Winter time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you and I need to do something together because we haven't done a trip together since.
We did that one night from 6 p.m. until
that's such bullshit.
10 a.m.
Slept in a terrible bed. No, that doesn't count. When was the last time we went away together? Like away? Was it the mountains last year?
Maybe we went to the Springs for a night. I think it was just one night though. I can't remember.
I think that was like over a year ago.
It was. Well, no, it was a Christmas deal you were doing last year down there. Remember?
Oh, that's right. But I worked. That was like a work trip. So I had to
was
go.
it one night or two though?
That's a good point. It might have been 2.
It might have been 2, but you were working.
Yeah, but then Grunchy died the second night.
Oh yeah.
So it's like the first night I had a deliverable for Carter's with their holiday campaign, which was so cool and fun. So I was like working, editing that. Oh, and I was doing Dyson that night too.
Oh yeah.
So I had to get both those videos done and submitted. And then the next day we were like, all right, Annalee's done with work. Ethan's done with work. Like, I think maybe we were like going to take a gummy or something and watch a movie. And then I got to text them.
Your grandpa died. You're like, oh, this is great.
It's not funny at all. It was so sad. And I just obviously started bawling and it was very emotional.
Yeah.
Like, it took all the romance, sucked the romance out of that trip.
He definitely robbed us of our second day.
Crunchy.
Right.
No, that's okay.
But we do. We always talk about getting an us trip. It's just hard. It's hard to find 3 days, 2 nights to get away.
Well, yeah, and it's expensive. I mean, we can go to the mountains, but I mean, what are we going to do up there? I guess we could hike. It's like,
just relax.
Yeah, but if I want to relax, I want to go somewhere. I want to go to like Cannon Beach, you know?
Yeah, somewhere we can go to the beach, something to do versus just being in a hotel or a small, I don't know, house, condo where you're like, just get bored.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't think you'd get bored because when you have kids, you're like, oh my gosh, I'd do anything to just go lay around and read all day.
For 2 days.
Yeah, but then I think eventually you're like, okay.
I get bored.
Or I miss the kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
or you don't have to get up to the kids. So you're like, I'm excited to get up. I can have a coffee. I can turn the TV on.
Right.
I can take a nap mid-morning if I want. So I think that is how my brain works, is because I still wake up early.
Right.
Then I can't go back to sleep. But then I'm like, I'm on vacation. I don't have the kids. I don't have anyone to work. I don't have to make breakfast for them. Like, I'll just get upstairs, make a pot of coffee, have some breakfast, turn on the TV, read, chill.
Yeah.
So I do a terrible job of sleeping in.
Yeah, maybe we can go. Yeah, I don't sleep in. The only time I sleep in is if I take a Unison.
Yeah.
Which I don't do anymore because it makes me so groggy and depressed the next day.
I think you can make it till 8 or 9. You're pretty good at making it till 8
Actually,
or 9.
that's true. But I wake up before that and
yeah, then you're in and out, low quality sleep.
No, if I have a chance, I will go back to sleep. I'm so annoyed that you have to go to softball.
I'm sorry. We've had a good discussion. We've been going strong for 40 minutes.
32, baby.
That's it?
I know, isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. Maybe I can stretch it out. Well, no, never mind. I can't. I got to go to softball and stretch it out.
What are you talking about?
I was stretching out my time a little bit to stay a little later, but then it reminded me I need to go stretch at softball, which is more important so I don't pull a hamstring.
You're such a dad. That's such a dad joke.
It is like all the young kids don't stretch, and like us 4 or 5 older guys, not even us 2 or 3 older guys, are over there for 10 minutes stretching it out, doing all these weird moves.
Well, that's good.
It is good.
I think I want to go play volleyball soon.
Did you find a team?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's terrifying. I don't have, like, to go just join a team with no friends.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, I haven't played. Like, sure, I played club in high school. That was a million years ago. One, I probably suck really bad. I'm really slow. Like, I think my reflexes to, like, get balls is not there anymore. And 3, I'm probably going to hurt myself. Like, tweak my back or break my foot again.
And that's the big one, 3. Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares if you suck? But there's nothing worse than sucking and being injured.
Yeah, so I don't know. But I just feel like I don't have any hobbies. I have none, right?
You're getting into golf.
Yeah, but even then, I don't have time to go during the work day. And then it's been raining every day afterwards. I don't know. I just think I would like to have, like, you have softball, you golf, what else do you do?
Those are kind of my 2 main hobbies.
Yeah, but like you get to go hang out with friends once a week. And I love that you get to go do that, but I'm just jealous because I don't have anything like that. Like, I don't have any designated friend hangout once a week. So I feel like I never see my friends, and then that I like build resentment towards you, which doesn't make any sense because I want you to go play softball. Like, I want you to go have boys' night. Like, that's important and healthy. But then I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have any friends. Like, I know you go hang out with your friends, baby. But I mean, I have friends, but I only see them once
a month or every couple months. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I think it's so important for me to have a hobby for myself, but to also show the kids that mommy can have a hobby that's not just work and taking care of them. Yeah. Right? Something that I go do that's like fulfilling just for me and not fulfilling for me as a mom or a partner.
You could coach volleyball for them.
Yeah, I could. But that's a mom thing again.
That's true.
Like, what am I doing for me, you know?
I support you.
I know you do. I could do anything and you'd be supportive.
Of course. I
just need to figure out what or how to make friends and go play volleyball.
That's true.
So
I've tried to help you out.
What do you mean?
We had some friends of the friends group. They were playing volleyball for a bit. A lady at work plays volleyball, Bethany. But it's like in Aurora. She drives to Aurora.
Yeah, see, I'm not doing that.
But, no kids. So if she has to spend 4 hours in an evening for
sounds great.
For a volleyball, she's like, yeah, I got nothing else to do.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
Yeah, but with you, it's hard. Yeah, even with softball, I'm pressing up to the clock to get there in time to warm and stretch up. And
you can stay there late and have some beers tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah,
have a beer afterwards.
Yeah.
Thanks. See, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Well, we have a couple more minutes left. Anything specific you want to hit on before I dart?
I don't think so.
The trip was good. I'm happy. It was really nice. I'm really optimistic about it. It's good to be back here talking about it. I feel like we had a good talk this time and not just a bitch fest.
Oh, like things are actually positive this time?
Yeah. It's always good to, highlight the positive.
I agree.
So
I feel like we didn't talk about anything.
This is what we do every time.
I know. Is it bad, do you think?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. I think I'm just like so in my head. I'm like, should we have structure to this or have like not segments, but ideas or topics? Like have a little debate. I don't know.
Political debate?
Oh my God. No, absolutely not. Let's not do that.
Agreed.
I don't know.
Well, I'm always looking to improve, baby.
I know.
I love you.
I love you too.
Think about it. Talk with your audience about more.
I'm just like so annoyed that like we got my mom to watch the kids and we only have 30 minutes to do this because of softball.
I'm sorry. I love you.
Okay, well, Ethan obviously had to leave for softball. This is just a hard week, and I feel like I've been saying that for the last month or maybe even more, is that it's just been hard with kids being out of school, summer, childcare, work, all of the things, trying to find time. And I just wanted to apologize that this was kind of a short episode and kind of random, even though I know that they're all random. My goal for this podcast is for it to feel like you're just hanging out with friends, catching up on life, that pointless parenting chatter validation that makes us all feel better about our journeys. So hopefully this podcast is still doing that for you, because I am still really, really loving doing it. I know we have been getting more and more listeners lately, which makes me so happy and so excited. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who has listened this far, who has put up with us rambling and not making sense, and the side tangents and the jumping all around and the inconsistent schedules. I know that rule number one to building or growing a successful podcast is literally posting reliably weekly 1 to 2 times. And hopefully most of you understand, if you are parents, that this season of life with the kids out of school is just close to impossible to make that work during summer. So hopefully things will calm down a little bit and we can get back to a normal posting schedule. And yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for listening. Please, 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 please leave a review. Can I even ask for a review this week, even though it was kind of a short episode? Is that super shady and sketchy of me? I don't know. But if you can, please leave a review, because they really, really make a big difference in terms of podcast ranking. And they also make a big difference for people who are looking to find a new podcast. And it also just makes me really, really happy. So if you haven't, please leave a review. I think you can only write reviews on Apple Podcasts. I don't think you can actually like type out a review on Spotify, but I could be wrong. And then once we get through this week, I think we will finally maybe be caught up with work and having the kids. I think next week I want to talk about some like relationship topics with marriage after kids and kind of dive into that a little more too, instead of just rambling. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, we will see you guys next week. Thanks for listening. Bye.